The enormous alien ship entered Earth's solar system without warning. Its silver hull reflected the distant sun as it slowed near Jupiter. On Earth, chaos erupted as governments scrambled to respond. Kim Tae-ho stood in the United Nations Emergency Council chamber in New York. As Earth's Space Development Minister, he had the impossible task of preparing humanity for its first alien encounter. "The object has changed course," announced Park Ji-won, his assistant. Her voice remained calm despite the gravity of her words. "It's heading directly for Earth orbit." The room fell silent. Decades of wondering if humanity was alone and the universe had been answered in a single moment. "How long until arrival?" Kim asked. 14 hours, Park replied, checking her tablet. "At its current speed." President Bae called the meeting to order. "Minister Kim, what are our options?" Kim took a deep breath. "We can't stop it militarily. Its technology far surpasses our capabilities. I recommend we prepare for diplomatic contact and hope they're peaceful." Within hours, all major space agencies pooled resources. Lunar Station Alpha, Earth's most advanced off-world facility, became the designated meeting point. Kim and a small team of diplomats, scientists, and military personnel prepared to face the unknown. Dr. Choi Sun-mi, Earth's leading xenobiologist, joined Kim on the shuttle to the moon. "We know nothing about their biology or intentions," she warned. "Be careful what you touch, breathe, or agree to." Kim nodded. "I'm more concerned about what they think of us." The alien vessel entered Earth orbit precisely as calculated, then dispatched a smaller craft toward the moon. It landed with impossible gentleness outside Lunar Station Alpha. Kim and his team waited in the airlock chamber. His heart raced as the outer door opened. 3 figures entered. They looked almost human except for their bluish skin and slightly larger eyes. They wore simple white garments with no visible technology. The tallest alien stepped forward. "I am Lee Han, ambassador of the Galactic Consortium. We come in peace and curiosity." "You speak English?" Kim blurted, shocked. Lee Han touched a small device at his neck. "This translates your primitive sound patterns. We've studied your broadcasts for some time." Kim introduced himself and his team. The alien showed no interest in handshakes or other human greetings. "Your species has progressed quickly for one so young," Lee Han said, scanning the station with a hint of amusement. "Though you remain physically fragile and technologically limited." Kim felt a flash of annoyance at the condescension but maintained his diplomatic composure. "We have much to learn, Ambassador. We welcome the opportunity to exchange knowledge." Over the next 3 days, the aliens shared limited information about the consortium, a collection of over 30 spacefaring species that governed most of the galaxy. They expressed particular interest in Earth's resources and strategic position. During a private moment, Dr. Choi pulled Kim aside. "They're assessing us, Tae-ho. Not as equals. As resources." "I noticed," Kim replied quietly. "They keep asking about our minerals and water supplies. Very little about our culture or achievements." The breakthrough came on the 4th day when Lee Han invited Earth to send representatives to the consortium's central hub world. "Your species should witness true civilization," he said. "Perhaps then you'll understand the benefits of consortium guidance." In a closed meeting, Earth's leaders debated the invitation. "It's clearly a trap," General O said. "They want to study us up close. But refusing could be interpreted as hostile," countered a diplomat. Kim raised his hand. "I'll lead the mission. We need to learn more about them, and they're not sharing much here." Before departing, Kim met with Earth's top scientists and military leaders. "Prepare for all possibilities," he told them. "If I don't return, assume the worst." Dr. Choi embraced him before he boarded the alien ship. "Remember, Tae-ho, they're underestimating us. That could be dangerous for them." As Earth shrank to a blue dot outside the viewport, Kim wondered if humanity was ready for this leap. The aliens had shown little respect for humans, viewing them as primitive curiosities at best. The ship accelerated to impossible speed, stars blurring around them. Li Han approached with what might have been a smile. Your people will soon understand their place in the galaxy, the alien said. The consortium has plans for Earth. Kim maintained his diplomatic smile, but his mind raced. These weren't the peaceful explorers humanity had hoped to meet. Earth would need to prepare not just for friendship, but for potential conflict with a power that saw humans as inferior. The journey to the stars had begun, but not as humanity had imagined. Kim Tae-ho stood before the Consortium Council, a semicircle of alien representatives seated on high platforms. The chamber dwarfed any building on Earth, with a ceiling that seemed to open to the stars themselves. After 2 weeks on the Consortium capital world, he finally understood Earth's position in galactic politics. Minister Kim, spoke Counselor Na, a squid-like being floating in a liquid-filled pod. We have reviewed your planet's resources and strategic location. Earth will benefit greatly from our protective oversight. Kim kept his face neutral despite his growing alarm. Forgive me, but Earth wishes to join the consortium as an equal member, not a protectorate. Murmurs rippled through the chamber. Some aliens clicked mandibles, others released sense signals of surprise or amusement. Equality? Commander Kong Du-young stepped forward. Unlike the other blue-skin aliens, he wore fitted black armor with silver markings denoting his military rank. Your species has barely mastered basic space travel. You have no standing to demand equality. We may be young, Kim replied calmly, but humanity has a right to determine its own future. Kang's eyes narrowed. Rights are earned in this galaxy, human. The strong protect the weak. The weak obey. The meeting ended abruptly. Kim and his team were escorted back to their quarters, which suddenly felt more like a prison than guest housing. They never intended fair negotiations, Dr. Moon whispered as they gathered in their common room. We're simply here so they can claim they consulted us before taking action. Kim nodded grimly. We need to warn Earth. Can we access any communication systems? Engineer Eugene Wu had been carefully studying consortium technology. Their systems are advanced but predictable. I might be able to modify our translator devices to send a short-range message if we can get closer to their communication hub. That night, Kim created a diversion by requesting a cultural exchange meeting while UN Security Officer Shin slipped away. They managed to transmit a brief warning before being caught. The consortium response was swift. The human delegation was placed under house arrest. Commander Khan personally visited them the next morning. Your primitive attempt at espionage was detected immediately, he said with evident disdain. The consortium has voted. Earth will accept our terms or face consequences. Earth will never surrender its sovereignty, Kim stated firmly. Kong smiled coldly. We shall see. 3 days later, the Mars colony's main agricultural dome exploded in a flash of light. Thousands died instantly. The attack came without warning, a precise strike from orbit. On Earth, the transmission from Commander Khan played on every screen and device. This demonstration shows our capability and resolve. Submit to consortium protection within 48 hours, or face extinction. Colonel Yoon Ji-hai, commander of Earth's newly formed Space Defense Force, watched the message from the bridge of the EDS Dauntless. Though classified, the ship represented humanity's best effort at creating a true warship. Still, it was hopelessly outmatched by consortium technology. Orders, Colonel, her executive officer asked. Yoon's hands tightened on the railing. Prepare all ships. We're going to Mars. The small Earth fleet, just 7 combat-capable vessels, approached Mars using a maneuver Yoon had developed. Instead of traveling in formation, the ships scattered, using the planet's moons and orbital debris for cover, approaching from multiple vectors. The consortium warship remained in high orbit, its commander clearly unconcerned about Earth's response. They're not even running active scans, Yoon's tactical officer reported. They don't consider us a threat. Their mistake, Yoon replied. Execute Operation Thunderbolt. The Earth ships attacked simultaneously from 7 different directions. The Dauntless fired its experimental magnetic accelerator cannon, launching projectiles at a fraction of light speed. The other ships deployed nuclear-tipped missiles. The alien ship's shields flared but held until the Dauntless executed an impossible maneuver, diving through the debris of the destroyed agricultural dome and firing point-blank at the alien vessel's engine section. The consortium commander's shocked face appeared on the communication screen. "This is impossible. Your species lacks the technology to." Yoon cut him off. "You destroyed our colony. You killed our people. You clearly don't understand humans at all." The consortium ship attempted to flee but found itself trapped by the coordinated Earth attack. Its shields failed under the relentless assault. "Surrender your vessel," Yoon demanded. Instead, the alien ship self-destructed in a flash of energy. Only a small escape pod launched before the explosion, racing toward the edge of the solar system. On its way to warn the consortium fleet, Yoon opened a channel to Earth Command. "We've won this battle, but we've just started a war." Back on the consortium capital, Kim Tae-ho received the news with mixed feelings. Pride in humanity's unexpected defense, but dreaded what would come next. Commander Kong stormed into the humans' quarters, rage evident on his face. "Your primitive species has made a grave mistake. The full might of the consortium will now descend upon Earth." Kim met his gaze steadily. "Then you've made an even greater mistake, Commander. You should never have threatened our home." The captured consortium ship yielded valuable prizes: alien technology and 3 surviving crew members. Scientists and engineers from every nation worked tirelessly to understand the advanced systems. President Bae Sung-woo addressed a united Earth from the emergency underground headquarters beneath Seoul. "Today we face the greatest threat in human history," he said, his voice steady despite the dark circles under his eyes. "The consortium believes we will surrender rather than fight. They have gravely misjudged humanity." The United Earth Defense Council formed overnight. Old rivalries disappeared in the face of extinction. Every factory converted to war production. Soldiers trained day and night to use newly developed weapons based on consortium technology. In a secret laboratory beneath Mount Hala, Dr. Song Min-ho studied the alien shield systems. For 3 days straight, he worked without sleep, fueled by black coffee and determination. On the 4th day, he stumbled into the Defense Council meeting, disheveled but eyes bright with discovery. "I found it," he announced, interrupting General Oh mid-sentence. "Their shield technology has a fundamental flaw." The room fell silent as Dr. Song explained his findings. The consortium values mathematical perfection in their systems. Their shields create perfect energy patterns to block attacks. But perfect patterns are predictable. If we create weapons that generate deliberately imperfect energy pulses, chaotic frequencies, we can collapse their shield harmonics. President Bae leaned forward. "Can you develop this technology before their fleet arrives?" "Not alone," Dr. Song admitted. "But I'm not alone anymore." Within days, scientists worldwide collaborated on Dr. Song's discovery. Engineers in Tokyo, physicists in Cairo, computer experts in Rio, all working together through secure networks. Meanwhile, Colonel Yoon's fleet grew as civilian ships were hastily converted for battle. The 3 captured aliens provided crucial intelligence, especially after Seo Ji-min, a gifted linguist, developed better translation methods. The aliens expressed surprise at humanity's rapid adaptation. "Your species learns too quickly," one alien said. "The council was told humans were slow and primitive." "Who told them that?" Seo asked. "Commander Kang's faction. They wanted Earth's resources. They have done this before to other worlds." This revelation sparked Captain Hong Jin's dangerous mission. With a hand-picked team of Special Forces soldiers, she infiltrated a consortium outpost on Europa, one of Jupiter's moons. The aliens had established it years ago to monitor humanity without detection. Hong's team moved silently through the outpost, planting devices that would copy the aliens' communication network. They nearly escaped undetected until a patrol spotted them. In the firefight that followed, Hong took a plasma blast to her shoulder but still managed to get her team to their stealth ship. "We have everything," she reported through gritted teeth as the medic treated her wound. "Their entire military deployment plan, communication codes, fleet positions, everything. The intelligence proved invaluable. The consortium planned to send 300 warships, an unstoppable armada designed to overwhelm Earth's defenses. They would arrive in less than 2 months. They think in rigid patterns, Hong explained during her debriefing. Their battle plans follow optimal mathematical solutions. They genuinely believe we'll surrender rather than fight what they consider overwhelming odds. Dr. Song smiled for the first time in weeks. Perfect. We'll show them how humans fight. Production accelerated worldwide. Dr. Song's shield-disrupting technology was installed on every available ship. Soldiers and pilots trained with new weapons and tactics specifically designed to counter consortium strategies. On the lunar surface, engineers constructed massive railguns to target incoming ships. Asteroid miners converted their equipment into mobile missile platforms. Even civilian space stations were armed with defensive weapons. Colonel Yoon gathered her ship captains for final instructions. The consortium expects us to either surrender or fight according to conventional tactics. We will do neither. Each ship captain will have full autonomy to make decisions based on the situation. This unpredictability is our greatest weapon. In his laboratory, Dr. Song watched simulations of his shield disruptor technology. The tests showed promising results, but would they work against real consortium warships? He couldn't be certain. President Bai visited the captured aliens one final time. Your Commander Kong believes humans will break easily. Tell me, what do you believe now? The lead alien looked at him with large, solemn eyes. I believe Kong has made a terrible mistake. There are those in the consortium who would agree. Potential allies? President Bai asked, surprised. Perhaps. Not all species enjoy consortium rule. Some watch your resistance with great interest. As the deadline approached, Earth made its final preparations. The first human interstellar warships, built with hybrid technology, took position beyond Mars. The consortium fleet would arrive in 3 days. Colonel Yoon addressed her pilots one last time. Remember, we don't need to win every battle. We just need to show them that the cost of conquering Earth is too high. Humanity doesn't surrender. Not now. Not ever. The consortium fleet emerged from faster-than-light travel near Saturn, 300 warships strong. Their formation was perfect, a geometric pattern optimized for maximum firepower and defense. Commander Kong stood on his flagship's bridge, watching tactical displays with satisfaction. Send the message, he ordered. The communication officer transmitted a single word to Earth: surrender. In the command bunker beneath Seoul, President Bai and the Defense Council received the message. After a moment of silence, Bai nodded to Colonel Yoon. Execute Operation Thunderbolt, she ordered. Across the solar system, humanity's response began not with words but action. Earth appeared defenseless, its small fleet nowhere to be seen. The consortium ships advanced confidently toward the inner planets. No resistance, Kang's second-in-command reported. As expected. Kong frowned. Too easy. Scan the asteroid belt. Before his crew could comply, alarms blared across the bridge. Small objects appeared suddenly on their sensors, approaching at high speed from multiple directions. What are those? Kong demanded. Unknown craft, the sensor officer replied. Too small for warships. Perhaps missiles? They were neither. Dr. Song's shield disruptors, each barely larger than a satellite, activated simultaneously. The devices emitted chaotic energy patterns that interfered with the perfect harmonics of consortium shields. On Kang's flagship, systems flickered as shield strength dropped by 30%. Impossible. Kong shouted. Find those devices and destroy them. But the disruptors were only the first phase. From hiding places throughout the asteroid belt, Earth's fleet emerged. Unlike the perfect consortium formation, human ships moved in seemingly random patterns, making them difficult to target. Colonel Yoon commanded from the EDS Dauntless. All ships, engage according to your assigned zones. Remember your training, but trust your instincts. The human ships attacked using tactics that bewildered the consortium military. Instead of confronting the alien warships directly, they executed hit-and-run attacks, striking from unexpected angles before disappearing into the asteroid field. On Kang's flagship, confusion spread as reports flooded in from across the fleet. Battle Group 3 reports shield failures, an officer called out. Battle Group 7 has lost contact with 6 ships. Battle Group 2 is surrounded by. He paused in disbelief. Mining ships? They're using mining vessels as weapons. Kang slammed his fist on the command console. This is not how warfare is conducted. Their tactics violate all established doctrine. The battle spread across the solar system. Around Jupiter's moons, a squadron of consortium ships found themselves under attack by automated drones that sacrificed themselves to deliver shield-disrupting payloads. Near Mars, Captain Park's squad used Earth's limited faster-than-light technology to jump in and out of battle, never staying in one place long enough to be targeted effectively. Most surprising to the consortium were the smaller, one-person fighters. Their pilots made decisions no algorithm could predict, taking risks no rational being should attempt. "They're insane," muttered Kang's tactical officer as they watched a human pilot fly directly into an exploding consortium ship to launch torpedoes at the vessel behind it. "Their behavior defies logical analysis." "They're desperate," Kang replied, but doubt had crept into his voice. The tide turned when 3 consortium cruisers unexpectedly broke formation and began firing on their own fleet. Their commanders, members of species subjugated by the dominant consortium powers, had secretly allied with Earth after witnessing human resistance. "This is Captain Rowe of the cruiser Sunlight," announced one rebel commander on an open channel. "Too long have we suffered under consortium rule. We stand with Earth." The battle reached its climax in the asteroid belt. Kang's flagship, pursuing Colonel Yoon's Dauntless, found itself lured into a trap. Dozens of asteroids, secretly hollowed out and filled with nuclear devices, detonated in sequence. The explosions herded the remaining consortium ships into a killing zone where Earth's railguns could target them precisely. On the Dauntless bridge, Colonel Yoon received the report she had been waiting for. "Shield disruptors at full power. All ships in position. Fire everything," she ordered quietly. The combined firepower of Earth's fleet, the rebel consortium ships, and the lunar railguns converged on the trapped alien armada. Ship after ship succumbed to the assault. On his failing flagship, Commander Kang watched in disbelief as his perfect formation disintegrated into chaos. 3/4 of his fleet was destroyed or captured. The remainder was in full retreat. "This isn't possible," he whispered. "They're just humans." Colonel Yoon's face appeared on his communication screen. "That's where you made your mistake, Commander. We're not just humans. We're humans fighting for our home." As his flagship lost power, Kang gave the order to retreat. The surviving consortium ships fled toward the outer system, jumping to faster than light as soon as they cleared Saturn's gravity well. In the command bunker on Earth, cheers erupted as reports of victory came in. President Bay remained solemn amidst the celebration. "We've won this battle," he said quietly to his advisors. "But the war has just begun." 6 months after the Battle of the Asteroid Belt, Kim Tae-ho returned to the consortium capital world. This time, he arrived not as a diplomat seeking admission but as Earth's chief representative backed by a fleet of warships. The consortium council chamber looked different now. Several seats stood empty, their former occupants casualties of the failed invasion. Other seats held new representatives, species that had risen in status after the shocking defeat of the dominant factions. Minister Kim greeted Counselor Na, the squid-like being who had once dismissed Earth's claims to equality. "The Council recognizes Earth's delegation." Kim stepped forward. Behind him stood Colonel Yoon, Dr. Song, and Captain Hong, heroes of Earth's defense. "We come to negotiate as equals," Kim stated, his voice firm but not triumphant. Commander Kang sat in a corner, stripped of his former authority but required to attend as a witness to the proceedings. His once proud posture was now slumped in defeat. "The Council acknowledges Earth's unexpected capability," Counselor Na said carefully. "We are prepared to discuss terms of peace." The negotiations lasted 2 weeks. Earth demanded recognition of its sovereignty, rights to expand to nearby uninhabited star systems, and reparations for the Mars colony attack. Most importantly, Kim insisted on full disclosure of consortium technology. "You destroyed our world's innocence," he told the Council. "We will not remain vulnerable again." Ambassador Li Han, who had first contacted Earth, now worked to broker peace. Unlike Kong, he had come to respect humans. "Your species learns and adapts faster than any we have encountered," he admitted privately to Kim. "Some find this terrifying." "And you?" Kim asked. "I find it fascinating," Li replied. "Perhaps it was inevitable that your kind would join the galactic community. I only regret the circumstances." The most surprising development came when delegations from 7 previously subjugated species approached Earth seeking alliance. Their representatives met with Na Young, Earth's newly appointed diplomatic officer. "For generations, the dominant consortium powers have kept us dependent and powerless," explained Bachman, a representative from a world that had been under protection for centuries. "Your resistance has shown another path is possible." Na Young worked tirelessly to establish the framework for a new organization, the Galactic Cooperative. Unlike the hierarchical consortium, the cooperative would be based on principles of mutual respect and shared advancement. "We don't seek to replace one empire with another," she explained to President Bay. "This is an opportunity to build something better." Earth's scientific community, led by Dr. Song, opened research exchanges with alien scientists. His institute in Seoul became a center for collaborative technology development, with researchers from 12 different species working together. "Humans approach problems differently," Dr. Song explained to a gathering of alien scientists. "We see patterns you miss because we embrace chaos rather than eliminate it. Together, we can create technologies neither could develop alone." The military alliance grew as well. Captain Ryu Jae-in, once a junior officer on the Dauntless, now commanded Earth's first true interstellar warship. She trained alongside alien commanders, sharing tactics and strategies. "Humans fight with intuition and emotion alongside logic," she told her alien colleagues during a training exercise. "Sometimes the irrational choice is the right one." Not all was peaceful. Hardliners within the consortium resented Earth's rise and the changes it brought to galactic politics. Several border skirmishes tested the new alliances, but each time, the combined forces of Earth and its partners prevailed. Commander Kong eventually disappeared from the capital, taking a handful of loyal followers to the outer regions. Intelligence reports suggested he was gathering forces for a potential return, but his support among the consortium continued to dwindle. 5 years after first contact, humanity had become a major galactic power. Earthships now traveled regularly between star systems. Alien visitors walked openly in human cities, while thousands of humans had relocated to worlds throughout the sector. In the Grand Council chamber where Earth had once been dismissed as primitive, Kim addressed the assembled delegates of both the consortium and the cooperative. "The strength of any civilization isn't measured by its age or technology, but by its adaptability and spirit. We humans have survived on a harsh world by turning challenges into opportunities. That's something the galaxy is only beginning to understand." He glanced at a delegation of consortium scientists watching a demonstration of the latest human-alien hybrid technology. A propulsion system that combined consortium precision with human creativity in ways none had imagined possible. One alien observer leaned toward another. 5 years ago, they hadn't even left their solar system. Now they're teaching us new applications of our own technology. What will they accomplish in a century? That, replied the older alien, is what terrifies the old guard. And why the rest of us find them so fascinating. The lesson echoed across the stars, a whispered warning passed between civilizations: don't mess with humans.